What's happening, gamers? Welcome to another riveting, exciting episode of Gamers Theory 101. So I'm just messing around here with Cherry. We're gonna run real quick through a couple of spots. Oh, she's pulled out a weapon. I loaded back to the Dukov saves and took her stim packs down to 500. I did shoot her with like a 32 pistol with outside of Megaton with everybody else waiting in the city. You know, of course, Cindy was with me because she's the only one who won't wait somewhere. and so Cindy shot her a few times as well before I was able to holster my weapon and have her go back to non-combat state. But I did see her use stim packs and fill her health. She was at like half health. It took her like a good 3 or 4 stim packs to fill her health. I figured, little tip if you're playing a playthrough like this, I figured that the easiest new way to heal the squad is to just take him to the Republic of Dave now that I got the Republic of Dave. Because, you know, as soon as you go into the town, alright, so we're going to go to the next spot of raiders. As soon as you go into the town, you know, all the kids freak out, and that alerts the squad. But because it's the kids, it's not a fight. But because they're in combat mode, they all heal themselves, you know, automatically. They start using stim packs. You start hearing kss, kss, kss. So that's so at least I know she's not totally completely helpless. Like I know she has the, you know, it's not as if she doesn't have the fucking programming to fight. You know, when you're in Dukov's place, if you attack Dukov before interacting with her, she'll fight you with a frickin' knife. Oh shit, she just got killed. Was she going after this guy to fight him? What weapon did she have out? She had the Ripper out. Well, I guess we'll load back then, huh? So I've taken her down from 1,000 to 500 stim packs just cause. I don't know if I don't know. I'm still I guess experimenting with the weapons. That's why I made all those saves like that so I could go back and forth and try different weapons. But like I said, it's not as if she doesn't have the fucking programming there to fight, at least with a melee weapon. But she does, like, so right now she's got the Ripper, a perfect Power Fist, and so I'm gonna keep an eye on her. She got a perfect Ripper, a perfect Power Fist, and the Kneecapper. So she got with like 7,000 rounds. Tried shooting her a couple of times to like snap her out of it. Like maybe if I can just trigger her to be in combat once. Hey, good looking, while you're like literally one bite from dog meat killing your ass. Cherry, she's used the stim packs and during conversation, so now she's at full health again. But yeah, just doing a little experimenting here, seeing what we can. Now the other possibility, you know, maybe she'll. If you're still inside Dukov's place, she says she doesn't have any survival skills. You know, but one possibility, like what decides how long, Sticky sits there blathering away, for instance, or how many fights, or how many levels maybe, or how many days have to go by. It could be any number of variables to this shit as to, why it's a certain amount of time before Sticky shuts up, or why it feels like it's a certain amount of time before you get to a point where, like, this is happening less. Like, you know what I mean? Like that hardly ever happens, and you see how quickly he snapped out of it and started shooting. You know what I mean? So, how long is it? The other thing is that I'm coming along in the levels now. I'm like level 17, level 18 or some shit. So the levels aren't coming as quickly as they were. Not that they were coming particularly fast to begin with, because, the squad, when they take the kills, when they get kills, I don't get XP for that. So, that's another thing, is like, do they have some kind of a background level up that happens when you level up? When the first time I did this kind of a playthrough, like years ago, I assumed it took me a while to figure out what the fuck was going on with them, trying all kinds of shit to heal them. I thought, I'm storing stuff in their inventory as I play the game, so inevitably I'm getting into situations where I just happen to have some stim packs in their inventory. It's a good thing this blown up car is here, because he keeps on hitting it on accident. But, I get into situations where inevitably I have some stim packs in their inventory, and we get into a gunfight, and I notice them healing, and trying to figure out what's going on with that. I remember one time I sat there for hours hitting the wait button in the Moriarty's saloon, putting food in their inventory and being like, all right, is it like the caps and inventory of the vendors at different stores? Like, if I sit here and wait for a certain number of days, 2 or 4 days, will their health just reset at that point? So me and my friend Elijah were. I love how all these guys are just panicking, even the dude with the missile launcher. Cherry has come in handy in a couple of gunfights, in just that she's distracted enemies from the squad. So, even with 500 stim packs, she's basically a fucking bullet sponge. But so there was a lot of little goofing around that went on before I directly realized, oh, you have to. Because I also thought at one point, all right, maybe the only time, like me and my friend, we played this, passing the controller back and forth, drunk as shit, for a couple of days, under the impression that the only time they healed is if you were in combat and they got a kill. Yeah. And so we would be like, oh no, their health is low, gotta get them into a fight for real. And that's where the whole walking in a circle around Megaton, letting them fight the mole rats, originated, because that started out in thinking, all right, so they need to win a fight in order to heal, so let's get them into some easy fights, and that will heal them. And eventually, through much squinting at the television screen, through a blitz of alcohol, the realization dawned upon us, oh, whenever you have stim packs in their inventory and you get into a fight, that's when they heal. Like, they'll walk around with 2 bricks of health, 1 brick of health, a fucking stubbed toe away from death, and 1,000 stim packs in their inventory, and they won't fucking use them until something tries to fight. And so if you spawn in on a location like this, and they only have, the 1 brick of health, they might not have enough time to do the little pulling the stim pack out animation and heal themselves. They might get killed in that initial volley of fire. Come on, Cherry. I love how fucking Red is just like crouching behind her, using her as cover. Yeah, I've been doing that too, Red. Just sit here and relax. Sip my Arizona iced tea. The thumb touched the right stick, picky on the trigger. The action branch in the video games. Yeah. So, like, I mean, I will laugh if it's, and I hope it is, but I'll laugh if she's like Sticky and she just, I level up a couple of times or a certain amount of time goes by and she just snaps out of it and starts fighting shit, I mean, it might just be a case of she's just a random woman of ill repute. We'll put it like that, and she just really ain't about that life. Well, I mean, see, because I know it's been a few days, but because I've been busy with other stuff too, but because I've been like experimenting with this whole thing and loading back to the Dukov saves where I got the Stealth Boy on and I'm all up in that inventory, I haven't technically, no time has technically passed, no XP or level ups or progress has been made. We're not any further in the game, so even if she is like fucking, Sticky with regard to her willingness to fight some shit when compared to his willingness to shut the fuck up. Yeah, you Sticky. I mean, I wouldn't be able to notice it. It would be like the equivalent of frickin' of loading over and over again at the beginning of getting Sticky when he's still at Little Lamplight. I mean, well, of course, even if you've been playing the game for the equivalent of 6 hours, he's not going to shut up if that 6 hours has been comprised of you loading back and messing around with the same half an hour of gameplay every time, So, it remains to be seen what the results of that will be. I did try giving her the power armor that Sticky's wearing, thinking, alright, well, we'll see, she's got the kneecapper out now. It's not in perfect condition, but that seems to be like the weapon she defaults on when she's walking around. But as soon as she gets in combat, she pulls out either the Ripper or the Power Fist. But then fucking runs in the opposite direction, so... You know, but I tried giving her Linden's suit of power armor that Sticky here has. Thinking, alright, at least, you know what I mean. Really just trying to explore all possibilities. Well, if I give her something that gives her +5, gives you +5 heavy weapons skill, will that, you know, make her use the minigun? But yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on with that. So if you enjoy these experiments and are just frothing at the mouth waiting for the next episode to come out, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I feel like we're missing somebody. What the oh. I think I'm thinking about putting her in some... Let me know in the comments, is there any special recon armor in the game that I'm not thinking about? Because I got her in Poplar's Hood with the reservist rifle. I'm thinking about putting her in some recon armor, but you know, the damage threshold is so different. Such a lower damage threshold. I'm looking to see if there's any... I'm looking for, you know, but it's just a bitch. I don't want to, like, watch 5 different top 10 rare armor videos just to find out if there's any kind of special recon armor. So let me know in the comments about that. And have a fantastic day and a fantastic playthrough if you're doing something similar. Peace.